Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Preimesberger, editor of eWEEK, and welcome to another segment of eWEEK eSpeaks. Thanks for joining us today. Our interviewee today is David Hekimian, who is the CEO and founder of TechAccelerator. And I can tell you right now that TechAccelerator is a company of which I've never run across before. It's unique in many ways. And David, welcome to eWEEK eSpeaks.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for having me.
And I do mean that you're unique. And it's not like you're building a piece of software or a server or a network, router or something like that. But what you're doing is you're providing a service, and you have a cloud, and you have software to do it, to back you up. And what you do, basically, I think, is that you really help companies in the sales process and in the development process bring their products to market by building labs, different labs within each department of the company to understand the product and to be able to sell the product, but you do it all in an orchestrated way so that it's organized and optimal. Is that a fair way to put it?
It is. When we work with our clients, we first start with kind of their typical go-to-market for their product and a key use case, and we use all DevOps and infrastructure as code techniques to build a lab blueprint and script the installation of everything, sample data sets, and we focus more on the enterprise side, large environments. So building for a customer of 2 virtual data centers with VMware and virtual machines and a wide area network and connected to AWS and Azure and all the pieces, script it, automate it, and now make it so that people can click a button and spin up an environment in about 90 seconds. And when they're done, tear it down. And now once that blueprint is built, then when a new version of their product comes out or there's a new build, we can quickly add it in and stand up that environment and hand it off to whoever needs it, whether that's engineering, QA, marketing, sales, the channel group, tech support, training, and so on. It's very reusable and makes that process that right now is done by hand and is very time consuming. We really automated it, make it a push button service.
Right. So is it actually a cloud platform, David, with a lot of menu items on it that you can choose, or what?
Absolutely. And the menu is driven by each client, right? Some of them want to use us primarily for their sales group, some for just their marketing, others just for training, and then other clients want to use it across all their departments over time because they find all the work we've done to build that initial blueprint. Well, why not leverage it across all the departments in the company, because everybody else has that same need. But when you build 24 blueprints that all meet up their main use cases, when you look at that math and you start multiplying it out by all the departments, that's a lot of energy and effort being done and duplicated effort across the organization that we quickly dedupe and immediately save large amounts of money for an organization and make them significantly more efficient.
Can you pick a couple of departments of a company and give us an example of a use case for those two?
I think the 3 easiest ones are marketing, sales, and training. Especially with COVID-19, the idea of marketing departments and more event marketing, hosting trade shows, lunch and learns, and kind of regional events is on the back burner for quite a while. But what we've been doing for our clients in those in-person events, we're building these labs and having people to get hands-on. And immediately when we saw COVID-19 come and a lot of companies, their work from home, the executives at our clients in their work from home message to their employees was, and don't forget to use the TechAccelerator test drive environment to continue doing your demos with customers, but also our webinars, right? They shifted from what some would consider a webinar, what we do a workshop, which is a 2 to 4 hour hands-on lab environment, but it's a first call. It's a sales call kind of driven by marketing. People sign up off their website and get hands-on with their product before they've even met with a salesperson. And so marketing departments that, the test drive right off the homepage, hey, you'd like to test drive our product, click here, log in, and we'll give you access. And with all the business rules in between, whether it needs to be integrated with Marketo or Salesforce, some inside salesperson needs to review and make sure it's not a competitor. All that business logic is kept there, but it's all tied in with the existing platforms that these large companies need to track all that activity, but then hand them off to this live environment where it's scripted. Where do you go, where to click, what to do, and make sure the user gets the best experience possible.
Yeah. Wow. I wouldn't know even what market to call this, but whatever it is, but you are you're filling the gaps between all these departments with one application that can basically answer their questions and help them do their jobs better, it seems like. I guess your background in the as a VAR previously has really led you to this place now, and also I think you were saying to me too that you weren't really ready to come out of stealth just yet, but the pandemic situation that we have now has changed the sales environment so much. There's no more handshaking. There's no more conferences right now. This application can fill in the gaps for all of those opportunities that are lost, right?
Absolutely. When we saw extremely high demand of our platform from existing clients going into Q4 of last year. Some of them had their biggest quarters ever, and then going into Q1, most of them upped their contracts with us to handle that additional usage. And the minute COVID-19 hit, they saw all their employees work from home, but had to rapidly scramble to continue the meetings they had scheduled or continue their events. And so they just moved it all onto our platform, which saw a huge spike in usage. But what we've seen is that hasn't dropped off. It's actually continued on the last 2 months, where these companies have found we have such a depth of product portfolio for their company. They can continue to do sales in this market. And when you call the client, they're answering their phone, and other vendors may be calling them but don't have the hands-on lab environment, so they have nothing to show them. And so it's really kind of opened up the doors in some of our clients to say, hey, this was working before quite well, but this works in a lot more lot wider use case to continue to be engaged with our clients, because right now they don't know when things will get back to normal, when you can hop on an airplane, fly out, stay in a hotel, shake a customer's hand, ship gear, go to their data center, and spend days setting things up.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You've given me a little taste of how deep this product is, and it's very impressive, I have to say, David. I don't say that lightly. We can only touch on the highlights here in this video, but I would recommend companies to take a look at the TechAccelerator website and go deeper if necessary, because the functionality that you guys offer is so impressive. And again, I don't say that lightly. And I think it's the wave of the future selling. There's no question about it. And you're there at the forefront of it all. So congratulations on it.
Thank you, Chris. Really appreciate it.
David Hekimian. I can't say it. I'm sorry. That's even easier than Preimesberger. I should be able to say that. But David, thank you very much for your time right now, and good luck going forward with TechAccelerator.
Thank you, Chris. Looking forward to speaking with you soon.
Okay. And everybody watching out there, have a great rest of your eWEEK. Thanks for joining us on eWEEK eSpeaks. Go to eWEEK.com to hear more conversations with IT thought leaders.